Lillian?
I went to work after being off work for like 2 weeks on vacation. It was kind of hard.
I know it was. I look. I come back after a week of being off, 4 days, and like, dang, I should have taken another week. So you were able to do 2 weeks.
You're thinking about retiring.
Man, I would have quit my whole situation. You know what? It's work for 2 weeks. It can work for 2 more.
She was thinking about
Like
retiring.
I'm like her. I had to work, but I really I miss Out on the Rocks.
Yeah, that was dope. Yeah. I'll show you some videos in,
I want to see
90
the videos.
days.
It ain't gonna give me the same.
Can I get stuck in love?
I want to see the
Oh.
Okay.
Well, the what?
You said 90 days.
Yeah, 90 days.
Okay.
You'll see some. It was some good footage though. Hate you missed it. Yeah. All right, Lillian, what did you do? How was your week?
Oh man, everything was good. I actually went to the National Film Directors and Morticians Association meeting in Atlanta, Georgia.
Oh, so you were supposed to take me with you?
Yeah.
Wow.
My bad.
It's all right.
I love you.
This is your last chance.
I love you.
Because every time you go, I'll be like, so.
Okay.
Okay.
I know from now on you rolling.
Yeah, because they know too, right? Clearly.
Okay. Yeah, they were looking for you.
All right. Okay. Dwayne. You know it's always something.
Always something.
What about yourself? I know you be outside.
Oh yeah, I was outside this weekend. I mean, work, of course. Did a few events, some cooking, some catering. But I was with the NA,
BJ. You were.
I was. Yeah, my wife works for the convention bureau, so yeah, a whole lot of. I went last year for the kickoff party. I was actually an ambassador to get them to come.
Yes.
To Birmingham this year, so yeah, I was really proud of the job Birmingham did in having them here.
That's what's up. Dwayne was in there being a broadcaster.
Well, I tell you one thing was really, really dope that I did this week that I gotta say shout out to Councilman Eric Mays.
Yeah,
I got to meet him. He actually was staying at my hotel. Like dope encounter. Really nice man. I'm really impressed with the guy.
Point of order.
Point of order. He even gave me a commercial. I didn't know I was about to get. Like, yeah. So if you're my friend on Facebook, check out my page on my reels. He even gave my funeral home a quick little shout out. So yeah, it was a real nice encounter. It's one thing to watch somebody on the different reels online, but to actually meet him in person, he is a pleasure to meet. So if you ever get to meet him, he is very approachable. Definitely talk to him. The guy is a smart guy.
That's what's up. He taught me Robert's Rules of Order the way I want to know them. I just need what I can use to say what I need to say.
Absolutely.
Point of damn order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say it just like that. Eddie.
Sometimes when you hear him going on his rants and tirades, he be talking about all the council members who used to be there. Like the level of effective you have to be to still be there over that time and be able to call out all the people who ain't there and then talk how he talk. He must be very effective for the community in that way.
Absolutely.
For me, I made another rotation around that thing. August 3rd, birthday, 39. That don't put me outside. I'm an insider.
Yeah, you're still at home.
Yeah, so I was at the house, having some deliciousness. But yeah,
yay!
That's my week.
Happy birthday, Ready Eddie.
And I Ubered this week. That was, yeah. So I'll tell anybody, if you don't ride share, get the credentials so when things do happen,
you can be ready.
You can be ready because it was like, okay, we got 3,000 people in town. They got buses and stuff, but they need a way around.
Absolutely.
And it was a lot of short trips, but Uber was very kind to me for the 2 days I was able to do it because, I have a really tough schedule, so I was able to do it first day in, last day out. So, yeah, shouts out to my Uber and Lyft buddies out there.
That's what's up. Uber and Lyft. So I will say this week? Since we're talking about public transit, I did use Birmingham On Demand this week.
Oh, you did?
I did. I didn't.
Did you do the tour? You just did?
No, I was really going somewhere.
Point A, point B.
Yeah, I need to get where I was going. It was a real situation. I had to, let me go and get the app. Cool ride. Easy ride. Now, he was going fast. And I like that because I needed to get there. So it works. It works if you ever need to get around in your own city and maybe Uber is not your thing. This is 150, 175, 175 for the whole trip. Well, you can't beat that.
You said $1.75.
$1.75.
Just to make clear, some people don't.
Yeah, I thought I was gonna pay $175 to ride with.
I know if it was like a membership that you had to buy or
what
something.
You thought? I'll walk. I'll walk everywhere. What did you say? Okay. So yeah, that's what we did this week. Y'all can check in the comments what you did, what you saw, what you learned. Hello to Cara McClure, long time cousin. Ruby Cottrell, hello to you as well, and everybody else that's viewing. Be sure to share the video and tell people where to come to chat. So that's what we did. What did the world do this week? What happened over the week?
World stop.
It stopped.
No, Beyonce.
I was about to say,
I'm just saying.
child.
We're gonna talk about it.
Yeah. So we going straight to
Listen.
Montgomery?
I mean, the most recent
Is that all that
events-
happened?
Oh, that's what y'all want to talk about. We can go on.
I know you ready for that.
How
about-
cute?
how about
if you book,
Oh,
boy.
Lillian, I'm just gonna give you the broadcaster seat on this. I'm gonna work the board
It's a
over here.
proud moment in Black history.
Proud moment in Black history. Let me get some music going. You want fight music?
Yeah.
You can do Nuck if you buck.
Let me see if I have that as an instrumental. Oh my goodness.
I'm just so proud of us.
So people want to know what happened. I'm gonna start it off and then I'll see if I can find something else. Let's see. We're gonna go with just while you introduce, we'll go with this.
Okay. So we were talking about from the beginning. All
yeah,
right.
what happened?
So from my understanding, there is a boat called the Harriet. So appropriate. That was trying to dock at the dock in Montgomery. And from my understanding, there were privileged people who thought that they could just dock their boat wherever they would like.
Right in
And
front
for
of
the
Harriet.
adjectives.
And our good brother who was doing his job,
Ooh.
he came by and asked them nicely to move, because we're trying to dock. You can
Mhm.
clearly see him. It's all on video. It's always good to get video, you guys. I always remember
And I'm
that.
pretty sure there was some signs that was posted that
But-
this is where this boat docks.
Yeah, I'm sure it was something there that said this is actual
It's the
business
river
here.
walk, the river
The
boat
river
dock.
walk. There you go.
But due to privilege,
But yeah, our privileged sour cream friends, they came
Not
by
the sour.
and they decided to I'm trying to focus here, people.
Yeah.
They decided to instruct him that they weren't going to move. And our friend turned his head back first to let them know that he was serious. And they didn't take that seriously. Then our friend threw his hat in the air and he said it's on and popping. And from my understanding, the people on the riverboat, they were ready. And I heard them say,
Oh.
wait till we dock. And
Oh.
one of them couldn't wait. Shout out to our friend Aaron in Montgomery, 16 years old. He jumped off the boat.
and
I
let that
think
be
he
a
heard.
reminder, some Black people can swim.
Oh yes, we most
can.
definitely can
We're
swim.
good swimmers.
Yes, he heard in his mind, I don't care how you get there. Just get
Get
there
there
when
when
you
you
can.
can.
Amen. He
Amen.
got up, and I don't know if you all know how hard it is if you're soaking wet with clothes on to pull yourself up on a dock. But he pulled
pulled up
himself
and
on
was
the
ready.
dock, and he was ready
With
as
some
they were
shoes
calling
on.
themselves trying to be. They gained up on our friend that was on the dock doing his job.
Job.
But oh, buddy, when that camera turned back to the boat and I saw all my friends standing at the edge, they said, "We wait for you at the door."
And listen, when you see Black people skipping,
Mm.
it's been something to go down.
My
Be
friends-
serious about this thing.
My friends got off that boat skipping. You
Shirts
all right?
off, skipping
here we are. Here we
I
are.
heard
I
so
said
I'm
that.
outside of the club and you think I'm a punk. Yeah, I saw all that as I'm running down the dock. And a melee busted out. And when I tell you all of them could get it, all of them got it.
Even the women.
Because
the
they
women
jumped
really
in
got
on
it.
it. They
Yeah.
were guilty
Right.
just as well.
Yeah, they
And
were-
you know
they
what
were
I
giving
love about
energy.
our friends? We do have some type of discretion. We said the men take the men and the
Yeah,
women
we knew
take
what
the
to
women.
do.
We didn't have to talk
Come
about
on
it.
here.
But
Some
we were
switch
all
sides,
there
though.
together.
It
But
was some-
all my friends, I want to tell you about my friends. The shout out to the Trillis
Okay.
class
Okay.
of 1975 RC Hatch High School class
is that who that
reunion.
was?
That's who came off the boat
Uh-oh.
With the
afterwards
chairs.
in the purple and yellow shirts. And my brother with the white chair, shout out to you because I heard Stone Cold Steve Austin's song, "Come On Baby," and it was on. So all I got to say is, if you knuck, we will buck.
Yay.
So just be warned. And
Wow.
I just want to always say that I will always be in Montgomery henceforth on August 5th
Woo.
to commemorate, excuse me. Oh,
Woo.
that good old bloody Saturday. Because
Woo.
Lord have mercy.
Not the
I
bloody
shall
Sabbath.
want. Hey, I saw someone online ask, if Legacy Museum
I
was
saw
going
that.
to install a new exhibit about Bloody Saturday. And I hope they do. I hope they take that consideration. But that was a quick replay of what
Man.
happened today.
You did that beautifully.
Yesterday.
She did, yes, yes,
You
yes.
did
Professional.
that.
And the only
Wow.
discrepancy I have, she heard those music, but I heard the Oprah Winfrey Christmas
You get
serenade. You get a chair, you get a chair,
Woo!
you get a chair.
Hat.
And everybody got one. So it was that's the music I heard. I was like, Oprah's passing out chairs.
Man, look, I shared it. My grandma texted me on my way in. I was like, "Did you hear about the fight in Montgomery with the blacks and whites?" Wow. So just that was the theatrical version. Like, Kay just broke that thing down for y'all. But when you go back and watch it, I mean, look, Jason. Hello, Jason Freeman. Shouts out to you.
Hey, Jason.
We were at Alabama State together. We saw some stomping. It's very similar to Birmingham. Run up, get done up.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what happened. Jason said the Alabama State Spirit of Marion was there. Play Tina Turner, Proud Mary.
Hey.
Somebody else said, "Well, we going." Somebody else said, "Where do we need to send funds to?" We are still ready.
They wondering, will they auction off that chair?
That's a valuable chair.
That should be something.
That chair got to
taken
go
into
in Legacy
consideration.
Museum.
Listen,
That's
when
a
it was
historical
on the
chair.
assembly line, it did not know that was its
The
purpose
calling.
in life.
Wow.
And it did not break, nor did it bend.
No.
It stood.
Who
It
was the
withstood the
checker for
press.
that chair
Come
to
on.
make sure that it popped out and popped back in because
Come
they need a
on.
raise.
Yeah, all the metals and precious
Everything
plastics
worked.
withstood
Shout
in
out
place.
to
'Cause
Inspector
you know, a lot of
24. You
times when
did
we
that.
as colored people have chairs, it's either rusted out or it don't work. It's got a
Wow.
dip and being in it. But that when
Oh, it's good for one swing. Yeah,
it could have fell apart.
Yeah,
you know
like
what I'm saying?
Crazy.
They
you
probably
sit in
needed
there
a
and
tetanus shot afterwards, but in this case,
Hold
it
on.
did its part.
We got more comments coming in.
Uh-oh, come on. Come on.
All right. It's so many footages. That's what somebody else just said.
Um,
Rod J. Ancor said it's so many footages. Keith, ASU for life, baby, all day. White chair for everyone. Luther, a chair is still a chair.
Yeah, even when
Okay.
everyone gets hit there.
Oh, all of this because they wanted to dock in front of a whole ferry, a riverboat.
and it was a smaller boat.
It was a
Move your boat.
pontoon.
Well, yeah.
It was actually a pontoon.
They could have put that on the bank.
Move your boat.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is why that is what caused that.
Yeah, and it was an actual exhibit for every Karenite and
Stop playing.
Kevinite
Right.
in the
Stop
world
playing.
to understand that you're not going to just continue to feel that you can just have your way because you feel that you can have your way. I'm not
me.
I'm not a proponent. I don't stand up for
Right.
but you get energy that you give, and sometimes you got to take a stand because what people don't realize when you look at the footage, the first punch was thrown by him.
Mm.
So once he threw the first punch, it was over and done with.
And all he was doing his job, telling
bet-
them you can't
yeah.
dock here.
Yeah, they don't respect that. Like you said, job. Another comment. This one is good. I always love the commentary. My homegirl says it was the commentary for me. Boop. Bloop doop.
No. And I quote, she said, boom, ah, boom, ah, boom, boom, ah, boom, ah, and it was perfect.
Woo!
Shout out to, she didn't have her real name on her commentary, on her post, but shout out to that girl. She gave
Wow.
the best commentary.
Oh yeah, it was.
Run it back.
She
What was
said,
it?
boom, ah, boom, ah, boom, boom, ah.
She did. she actually did. Well, end quote.
Hey, oh my
Y'all,
End
God.
quote.
Courtney about to put us off his radio.
Listen,
Man, I mean, F around and find out was
Was
found out today.
By all the people.
Come on now.
Ooh. Oh man, what you got?
I
Eddie?
try myself to keep up with the culture as much as I can, but like, is the hat being thrown in the air like the hat signal? Like
I
the
asked
bat
the
signal,
same
like,
thing.
or
maybe
is
that's
it-
a thing in
Is
Montgomery.
it new now? Like, because
Baby, if I got my hat and I throw
This
it
is how
up,
we do it?
woo woo, I
Now
need
I
all
know,
y'all.
like how he did the first time. You swing it to the back. That makes me, my vision right. I can hear who I need to hit. But to take it off and throw it like he graduated,
It's
like
about
they
to go
said,
down.
like
It's about to go down.
No, y'all remember when Ray Schmurder, what's his name?
That's who,
did
Bobby
that?
Schmurder.
Yeah, he threw
That's
that.
what it is.
Yeah.
It's time
So
to
is that
go.
what that means?
Time to go.
is that
Okay.
a Montgomery thing? Do we
I don't-
all
I
need to
don't-
adapt that?
that's
I'm
not-
gonna
I
tell you
don't
right
remember
now,
that.
if something looking fishy and somebody throw their hat in the air like they don't care
So
about the
that's
hat
the new
existing,
signal.
I'm coming. Like I'm
That's our
I'm
flair.
heading that way. So
That's the black people
like
flair
for me,
side.
if it wasn't something yesterday, it's something today. Was what I'm saying.
Okay.
Very iconic.
So that's the news. We still y'all still want to talk about it over here in the comments?
Yeah,
Let's
we want
see.
to talk about that.
Listen,
What
we
up,
are
Erica?
proud.
Erica said, "Does anyone know the young man that swam to the dock? His Cash App? Do we know his Cash App?"
They shut his Cash App down. His aunt did post a letter about that online. Well, not about that, but she said that there will be other ways that you all can reach out to them.
To reward him for his good deeds.
But did y'all see him on the dock?
Yeah, he was ready.
Yeah.
Aaron was thumping.
That's my son.
Oh, really?
Like if y'all see
Ooh.
somebody with machine gun arms pumping, that's him. Like I was like, that's
He
the dude.
did
That's
that.
That man
He
stroking
did that.
and that he better than Michael Phelps. I tell you that.
Oh, let's go to
Michael
the
Phelps ain't
comments.
got nothing on
I
him.
got a report that has seen the good people at the ER. Now that's hipper. Now go on, send it though. Marshall, what up? What up? What up? Go on, send.
But
what you
they
found.
said they were at Embassy Suites. They lived at Embassy Suites, and they said that the hostess, well, not the hostess, but the people checking you in the front were cracking on them as they were coming through the door. They said they were tore up coming back to the hotel.
like how Tina and I walked
yeah.
Sort of, yeah, just like that. They were told when they were sitting
Give me
there in
that
the
number. I
handcuffs.
want people to call in and talk about this. What's the number here?
994-8949. It's the number 994-8949.
We get call-ins tonight. What
Let's
the-
go.
Yeah, we want to hear from you.
That's the number. If you have anything you want to add, I think everybody's just really excited about the fact that, for once, we were not fighting each other.
True.
2, we weren't fighting each other.
Amen.
And 3, we handled business together. We came together.
That part.
Only thing I don't understand is how it just blew up so much. Like, it just kept going. It kept going.
I think, with a lot of what's going on, people are angry of the mistreatment of, us all the way
8-9.
around.
Yeah.
And to see it, like, it's one thing to see it on video, and it circulates, but
Bruh.
we're there in person
I wanted
as
to be
it's
there so
happening.
bad.
That was a grave injustice on that man just doing his job.
Yeah.
And I also
should've been
think
there.
I think that people just are tired. They're fed up of injustice. They're fed up of things turning on. Now, what I was glad to see was when the actual law enforcement showed up, they didn't just start grabbing
Right.
the melanated people
Oh, yeah.
and believing that they were the ones who started it. They actually, first they started spraying the pepper spray because there was too many for the one police that was there. So to kind of get some control,
And that
which
they
is a
didn't
good
even
thing.
pull their
And
guns.
that they didn't pull their
Yeah.
guns or their tasers. You know what I'm saying? Just automatic. Now, once it got kind of out of control, I seen a few cops showing up with their hands on their tasers, because they were scared to get
But she was
a leg.
still like,
But
But
not
if
the
I'm-
woman.
if
There was
I'm not
another man I
mistaken-
seen. The two
Okay.
women, pepper sprayed and kind of was.
go on,
And was like, y'all go ahead and get a
handle
couple of little
Yeah,
licks, but
handle
just
that.
be careful because we're gonna get you when it's over with.
Yeah.
But if
that
I'm not
thing.
mistaken, it was a video out there. So, like, when the first initial punches had happened, it was a line of police officers that was standing like on a topper deck, but they didn't come down till after all the black people got off the boat and started fighting.
That was security. That wasn't police officers.
It was who?
That was security.
Security.
They don't like blue
Yeah.
shirts, right?
Huh, yeah,
Yeah.
they was. I think
But
that
it
was
was
just
a couple of-
security.
Uniforms, maybe about 2 or 3 of them, but they didn't all rush in into everybody kind of rushed off the boat and was going wham
Yeah,
Let me tell
on
y'all
the
something.
dollar per daisy.
yeah.
This
yeah.
kind of came to me just like right now. The idea that we're on a boat, we're on some water. Y'all tried to get us like this before. Let me tell you what you won't do in 2023.
Mhm.
You won't get us.
Speak on it.
We're not gonna be on a boat playing with you.
Hmm.
Yeah.
We're not gonna be looking at water playing with you. Anything that's on water or a boat with some blacks and some whites, we going straight warrior style. And now
Even
you
being
know.
on a plane.
Now you know. They ain't
I
never
mean,
do
but
slavery on the plane, but I see. Don't
we-
put us nowhere
at this
that we don't
point,
want to go.
You know,
Did
like how
y'all
your mama
see
used to
them
tell you
flip that
wherever you
lady
act
into
up,
the
I'm gonna get
Gonna
water?
get you?
though?
Yeah. What happened in the water?
Yeah.
They flipped the girl in the white in the water.
Yeah.
Did you
She
see the
deserved it.
Did you see the dude who
Oh.
ran from the fight and jumped in the water himself?
I'm gonna just leave.
Now that was like
Yep.
jumping in a volcano. He was like, y'all ain't gonna come in here and get me.
I'm gonna go on ahead and go.
I heard y'all can't swim. Hold on.
I
Aaron
don't want no
showed them.
problem.
Aaron showed them, baby. I can swim. He did freestyle. 50 meters to the boat.
That's good, man. Make sure you teach your children how to swim.
Mhm.
Now you see the importance.
Just as well as you throw those hands.
Yeah, like learn all of it. You need all the skills. Yeah, we're gonna come to the phone lines. We can do that. Can we do it right now? B94.9 WATV. You're listening to Vital. What are your thoughts, comments, questions, feelings?
My thing is, I think when the white women rushed the black men, I believe some of the workers on the ship jumped on the white women and started look at it again. They had like some blue shirts on,
Yeah.
and they had some name tags. And when the white women rushed them black men, they jumped in it. But what got me was when the black man hit that white lady, that she was already down, and he hit her across the head with that chair. That just took me out right there.
Yeah, because I was trying to
That's
figure
all
that
I
out
want to
too.
take in.
All right, friend. I was trying to figure that out too. He needed that league. It was something about that league.
Well,
'Cause
you
she was
had to see
already
what.
down.
No, but you had to see what went on before that.
She probably
A
was
lot of
saying
times people
something.
see things that happen at the end, but if you see the actual video prior to that, everybody unmelanated was getting into it. It was like the women, the men, everybody on the boat, all of them was getting into it.
Oh man.
And so when he finally got a chance to do what he needed to do, because they were hitting the men too. They were just like they were just going at everybody because they had the number. They outnumbered the folks that were there. So they just thought they were gonna have at it. So the women was hitting men, they was hitting it. But when it got even,
Yeah, y'all gonna
the
stop
game
playing. 'Cause
changed.
he was
I think he
home.
was in a state of euphoria at that point when he was hitting the man and he was like really licking
I'm
him.
just letting it go.
And so it's like the camera shifted from that and the lady was already on the ground. It was like, man, I done whacked this many times. Let me go hit her. He said, bop.
Bop, 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 boom.
And then the black girl came in like yeah, you did that, you did.
It was
And I
all
was
love,
like,
wasn't it?
yeah, he did.
Should we be excited about this?
For the
Yes.
ancestors.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Some more comments. Currently trending on Twitter as the Boston Tea Party.
Love.
Oh man. They blocked the boat from docking and beat up a black man. That was dangerous. All right. They are not exempt. Keith, what you got? Keith says that part reminded me at the end of Superman when the soup threw Zod to the bottom and his henchman threw himself off the cliff. I don't even want none of these problems. I'm gonna just go and ease out the side to the water. Man, it made TMZ. If and another thing was a person.
When I saw him hit that lady with that chair, because she was down and out, he came back for that. I was like, he done channeled the energy of that second grade teacher that was embarrassed in front of the class, and he went back to get that lick. Like she wasn't even her; she was somebody in that.
He
man
heard that more to
ass.
come back. Finish it.
We're gonna say that was the spirit of Rosa coming back for her last lick, you know.
Man, that went in. Like Marsha said, and if another thing was a person, one more thing was a person, you get in this chair. Man, let's do one more comment. Demetrius, think tank is gonna be crazy. Yeah, like he gonna go and pick up and carry. The tank. They're gonna get in the water again with the think tank to talk about this. We did it first. All right. What else?
On Vital.
On Vital.
We gonna talk about Lizzo.
Let's talk about Lizzo before we go to break.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to. That
I'm
kind of killed the
disappointed.
morale.
No.
I'm
No,
just
no.
disappointed. I'm really disappointed.
I don't believe it. I think this is a shakedown to a certain degree, because if most of their issues was about the choreographer, not necessarily Lizzo.
Okay.
But why is her name being the headliner in all of it?
Gotcha, because it's hers.
Same
Yeah.
thing for the religious allegations. Like that ain't Lizzo. That's like one of her former dancers as well. So it's other stuff that other people done. Lizzo name been tacked on to a lot of it. And so I think there's some middle ground to be in terms of these two employees that got fired, bringing this stuff up. Who did it? What was said? Because we only got their side at this point. I think that's a point to be made about,
Knowing
how much of this is actually
all
Lizzo.
sides of the story. Yeah.
Because if I'm if I am the head of this thing, this is, you want to say, my business,
Yeah.
right? How much of the small stuff gets to the head?
But it doesn't.
Hmm.
But here's the thing: when it comes to law, and when it comes to that type of work, it doesn't matter, because ignorance doesn't protect you. They believe you should know what's going on in your business, and if you don't, you're responsible. You're liable. And if your name rises at the top, I mean, Kate has a business. I have a business. If somebody who works for me does something, they don't say the lady that was serving me. They say Big Daddy did me this, or Big Daddy, or you know what I'm saying. So sometimes the owner suffers, or the face or the name or the branding suffers from things. And that's why a lot of times you have to be really, really careful of who represents you, who's carrying your title, who's carrying your brand. I remember having to have people give me my shirts back because when they get off, you see them on videos doing all kind of things that's not part of your brand.
When
so
you get off work, take your Vital shirt off.
Yeah,
okay?
that's what I'm saying. You got to. We
But
joke, but
wouldn't that
it's
still be being
I
vital?
feel this Vital. Go on with it. Go on with it. Swing it
I know
around in
the
there.
Hey, if anything, it'll blow us up.
I Vital.
If
Man,
I
come
was
on.
had a Vital shirt
Come
on,
on.
and I had that chair,
Man,
trust
what?
and believe,
Oh, everybody.
nationally
everybody wants to be
syndication
I
is
Am
coming
Vital.
your way.
Hey,
Yeah.
How about we?
Speaking.
Okay, let's talk about that off the air. We're gonna come up with some.
Not a stunt.
Look,
Everyone
I
else
want-
does it.
But
Let's
for
go
real
back.
though, so okay,
What
I
that?
know most of us are business owners, right?
Yeah.
How many, even if let's just say customers,
Mm-hmm.
we actually hear their complaints?
Yeah, I hear all of them.
I hear
Well, no,
every
I don't, because
single
they don't want
one.
to tell me. I am the business. So
You see what I'm saying?
the
Like
complaints
I
end up
know
going
even
to
in
social
hair,
media.
you in my chair, they might not necessarily tell me. They'll
Right.
tell a friend, and a friend
Right,
might
right.
tell me. So I think that might be the case in this situation with Lizzo. Yeah, you complain, but did it go up?
It went down. I don't know if it went up or not.
It ain't went down yet. The boat ain't down.
So
I mean, but
Lizzo-
I've been reading where they want to take the music off the air. Is that
Some
is it
places-
that
Beyonce stopped
extreme?
saying her name.
We're not doing that here.
I
in
did
that
hear
song.
that.
Yeah. Like when it came to she was doing like the women's name in the song, like now in her performances, she silent on
Man.
Lizzo name.
Shout out to Floss the Mac. He has a video where he is reenacting this whole Lizzo thing. I'm going to share it to my Facebook and to my Instagram after we finish with the first half of the show. More comments are coming in, and I'm seeing that you all are still responding to the boat fight. And so let's do that right quick. And then we're going to take a quick break, and we can come back and talk some more about it because y'all ain't through yet. We like to do what the people say. And let's see. This one here. This is probably the angle that other shows are going to take. Trump came and gave them some foolhardy testosterone. Then somebody else said, Trump got these folks thinking they can do whatever they want to do. This is not 1960. So,
certainly is not.
do you all think that is the energy that's being given, or that this is just one of the situations that could happen because it was space and opportunity?
It is the energy that, I mean, America done had this energy for some time, and I
Yeah.
think it's culminating, and I think that there's a reasonable level of pushback. But I mean, I don't know nobody paying attention, but Trump being indicted on some rather serious charges right now.
That
Like
did
these
happen
might
this
not be
week.
one of them walk in the park charges. So if you get your energies from Trump, you might want to start backing off of that a little bit because
Yeah,
things ain't going well for the boy.
that did happen this week. His indictments include trying to erase some emails. We learned from Carla. You need to clear your inbox and your search history long before you
And
get
that
caught
still
up.
ain't gonna get it.
And now when they want to get in, let me tell you something.
I put them in the trash.
I don't care. Yeah, they go
He
through your
probably did say I
trash.
put my emails in the trash.
But when them alphabet boys get hold to you, you can't erase something that was created by the creator. The person who created knows the back door to get most of those things. So when you have the technology, you think that's just like, I'll tell you a simple one right now. Did you see the update to you have iPhone? You have
Yeah,
iPhone. So
yeah.
the update to your iPhone is, that now when you delete, they save the deleted messages, text. It used to just do the pictures. Now your
Mhm.
text messages deleted or saved.
So they want you to have they want you to have receipts even if you don't want them.
Yeah,
they want
you got to go in there
They're
and
keeping receipts.
and then
even if we threw them
I'm
away.
gonna show you. I'm gonna show you where we go on a
I
break.
shredded them. Yeah,
I'm show you where
show
we go on
me.
break.
All right, y'all. We're about to go on break now because this is troubling. Why they want to hold on to those? That's old. We're making new memories now. You listen to Vital. This is Vital. This is all Vital conversation. Hopefully you are empowered by this conversation that we are having. And when we come back, more conversation to empower you as well. Right here on B94.9 WATV. We're on Sunday nights. The V stands for Vital.
So when you go on your messages, you hit filters. Now they got known senders, unknown, unread messages, and then recently deleted.
It's our way of celebrating Birmingham.
Even if you delete the thread. So I wonder how long it's gonna last.
Pick your phone up.
Own a bar or restaurant and want to sign up.
That's until you take it. You probably got 300, 400 in there.
I got that many unopened.
I'm weak.
They said the church was made of vibranium. Oh man, I hadn't laughed this hard in so long. I love this.
You know how to update.
Listen,
I want every
and it's
angle.
like each time I get empowered.
Right before I got here, my best friend sent me the one of the very, very beginning of the fight that I hadn't seen. I was proud of this moment because the boat is a perspective of the people on the boat, and they started singing "Move, bitch, get out the way," and wait till we get off this boat. Oh yeah.
I say you delete it by mistake. You can recover one, or you can delete them all. Yeah. And just like pictures, because pictures goes into a deleted file. So now your deleted messages go into deleted file. And I seen it online. A dude's girlfriend got him like that. He deleted some stuff, and she said, "Give me your phone." He thought he had deleted, and she knew he didn't know. And she hit.
He came up to him like he wanted to fight
all the
then.
stuff he had deleted. It wasn't a good party for him that night.
Yeah, I gotta be more careful.
But just like I got recently deleted.
Here we go, y'all.
You turn that head around, baby. He's about to get on and popping.
Everybody hype on the boat.
Messages that need to be deleted.
Uh-oh.
Why I always keep thinking this Method Man? Method Man. Listen, because I was gonna say, oh, she met the man to get home. That's a conversation that needs to be had.
I fold like that damn chair. Oh, excuse me, we on air. My bad.
Inslee. What up, everybody? V94.9 WATV, the second half of the show. First half, man, we got lit. Basically, like Kate ready to run up in some. I don't know what's about to happen.
This has got Kate crunk.
I mean, you know,
me?
when these things happen on social media, she go crazy. I'd be like, friend, do I need to come sit with you?
Hold your hand.
We need
Sometimes
to push through
you
this, right? Like, oh, she be on it. I don't even have to know what's going on. Hey, did you hear what happened to so-and-so? Tell me about it. I'm about to find out now. Okay. NABJ, baby. More comments just came in. Hey, Uncle Dwayne. Somebody just said, hey, Uncle Dwayne. They're Rita.
He said, all right.
Dang.
Hey, Rita.
That's
my black baby. Hey, Rita.
Hey, Rita. Trump spoke at a Republican convention in Montgomery, and then this. When was that?
I didn't know anything about it.
Ain't like we be following them.
True story.
We
True
don't know.
story.
Yeah, we don't even know. But yeah, so all of this has really empowered people. Now, what I don't want to happen is that that's the attitude that people take for every situation.
Yeah,
You know?
it's not across the board situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's be reasonable and rational.
Correct.
And really sit back and pay attention to what's happening before we jump in some. Now, I'm gonna tell you this. I see you doing something on your own, and it wasn't, you initiated it, and then they start jumping you. I'm gonna probably think a few seconds before I come. I'm gonna do something. I'm not gonna let them beat you up. But you asked for this.
So you saying we can't do this in the same light of, when they say you see one black person running,
Run
all
too.
black people run.
I mean, I'm gonna look first.
One band, one
looking.
sound.
So look, we still gotta run and then
Get
ask
them
questions
knees
later.
up. Everybody got to be in sync.
We asking questions after. I'm not playing with y'all. People ain't
As
the
long as
same.
the police are not there, like really,
Oh,
soldiering.
and we get a free beat.
and I can get a free lick in. Like, yeah, I ask questions later. No explanation needed.
Oh man.
Okay, so I got a question.
Okay.
So all them folks sat on that boat and saw that employee being done wrong by those white people.
Yeah.
If the black person was in the wrong, what should the response be the same? Or like, is it should be universally we gonna protect this black person, or is it contingent upon they was done wrong by these people, so we gonna keep them from being hurt in that way?
So you're saying if it was us on us?
No. If the black person had started something with the white people and then got that response, like, are we going to help the black person that created the problem, or is it a situation where context matters, or context don't matter
if
more
they're
than
trying to
blackness?
jump him?
Yeah,
if they were trying to jump him, then yeah.
I think that's what, because at that point, if he had started it, it still doesn't deserve a jump. It's just like, just because you're a drug dealer, you don't deserve to be murdered and slain in the street. You see what I'm saying? You might be at wrong, you might be at fault, and you might have been wrong. But you and the person you was at fault with, if I see y'all getting into it, then that's the thing. You know what I'm saying? It's still, don't let him kill him, but that's a one-on-one situation. But if they trying to jump him, if he at fault, he's still gonna have to deal with his at fault. But we ain't about to let you just overtake him and do him something because he made a wrong decision, he made a wrong move.
And then give an example of him being at fault, since he was the employee, right? And I'm pretty sure that this was probably part of his job description.
Yeah.
Make sure nobody parks here. So if he was the aggressor, if that's what you're saying,
if he would have punched the person, if he would have told him to do something, the person got an attitude, and then he meets the attitude with a punch in the mouth.
Well, Dwayne got to my thought. My thought is, it really don't matter what a black person do in that situation. If somebody is about to cause them overwhelming harm that don't match what happened to them, they do need to be protected.
Okay. Yeah.
Especially if it's a racial component to it.
Any racial component.
Yeah. I feel any racial component to it, especially, but I mean, in any circumstance, I think it's at your own discretion. But with that, we don't know the level of vitriol that those people have in their hearts. We don't know if they would choke that man out almost to death before somebody get down from that boat.
Now I want to go. Let me go here right quick with you saying that. You remember on the subway where the person that somebody that suffered with mental illness got on the subway and maybe was asking people for change, not doing anything violent or anything aggressive, but it may have been annoying. And so a former I was trying to think of a branch, but a military guy gets him and holds him in a chokehold until he dies. Young guy held in a chokehold until he dies. And I know that there were people of color on the subway as well. I definitely would have kicked him in the throat.
Period.
Like, it would have been any questions about that. But then would somebody have defended me? Because what you finna do? You gonna let him go, and is he gonna beat you up for me? So I need to know that this is a universal code, that if I jump in, y'all coming. I don't need to jump out here by myself. Well, I would hope the one
he was choking out would get up and help me, because if I'm helping you,
I would hope.
Give me that same, you know what I'm saying, that same respect, and then maybe everybody else would have jumped in. But I think it's because of the Trump culture that is making them hype this up, that you have our other counterparts that don't want to jump in due to the consequences. Because for us, it might be death. For them, it's just a slap on the wrist.
And the other thing is that's the shameful part of it, and I think that's why people feel such energy behind it, is because the sad truth of the matter is that we don't help each other. We don't step in, and we'll watch somebody die or video them being hurt and be like, man, I was there. I know you was there because you posted it, and you didn't step in. You couldn't take out time to drop your phone to make sure that a person lives. So I think the big energy behind it is the fact that they did the right thing for the right reason and together for once. All the things worked out. You know
all right, let's take a call. Then we're going to go to more comments. Caller, you're in with Vital on. No, you're not. They hung up. All right, that's cool. That's cool. That's cool too.
Hey, you Bill.
That's cool too.
Let it be known.
All right. Stefan, I like your comments. He says, I am. So basically, if it comes down to whatever, are you jumping in or not? He says, I am, if not one-on-one. So just period. He said it's all self-defense. Judy Drake. Incidents like that have black people fed up. Period. Well, he didn't put a period, put a whole bunch of exclamation points. We fed up. Parker T. Lisa, I'm always standing with my people because that's exactly what they always have and will do. And it's time for us to do the same. I like that comment. And then Stefan comes back and says, I love the fact that no
Mhm.
guns were used. And that does stand out because you think about it, innocent people get shot trying to help. I'm reaching for my gun immediately. No, we just throwing hands today. They threw hands, but that had to have been an hour. That looked like an hour.
It wasn't.
Dang.
It took 5 minutes, man, but it just at least
Dwayne, that wasn't no
No,
5
it was a
minutes.
Until
little
you
longer than
fighting,
that.
until you in the fight
You in the
throwing them
fight, you think
hands.
about
Them
it.
5 minutes could seem like an hour.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it wasn't no hour though. It really wasn't.
It was 4
I guess
different
to
fights
diffuse
in
the
one.
situation as a whole is what you're saying.
Yeah, you talking
Man,
about
there was
the
so many
different ones?
fights.
Yeah.
Y'all remember how
Yeah.
fights used to break out in school? In middle school, I remember fights used to break out off of
Ooh.
fights.
Especially
Mm.
high school.
Ooh, wee.
On one hall, then you be like,
Mm.
oh,
Dang, y'all
and
been
then
fighting that
somebody
long?
run and they on the front. You
Mm.
like, dog, I don't know which way to go.
And you see how our culture is. This is funny to us.
Man, shout
This
out
is
to
good
Carver.
times,
We used to
good
have
times.
fights start on the
I
5th
heard
floor
about
and used to
Carver.
end on the
That's
1st
not
floor.
where you
We
wanted
used
to
to
be.
throw down.
Good times. Now we're going to lunch.
And now we got a food fight.
Oh,
Never got one of those. I've always wanted to be a
Listen,
part of a food
okay,
fight.
so I went to Winona.
Hey.
Shout out to the Dragons.
shout out
And
to the Dragons.
They used to put us in the old gym
Mhm.
before class started, and you go to homeroom. For some reason, somebody just started throwing food, and we had a whole food fight.
Yeah.
And all you noticed at one point, a desk went from
Ooh.
one end of the bleachers to the other,
Boom.
and after that point, it was just all out
It was
brawl.
mad chaos.
Mad.
And we'll never forget that day.
It's etched in my memory forever.
Oh, jealous.
School. What did we learn in school? We learned how to
Fight.
Throw
Turn
them
up.
hands. Yeah, look,
Crack.
if you don't know how to throw them
Hey.
hands, you just shut up and take them jokes.
I learned mathematics.
Oh no, I ain't do that.
Yeah,
Now
but
I
that-
really
that
think-
I mean,
did
we
not do.
learned,
Yeah.
what we need to learn, but we had crack sessions. If you,
Yeah.
one thing about it, I can tell you, and that's why I'm proud that I went to a black school.
Yes.
You got cracked on, and it in some instances built character. Now I do understand, it might not have been good for some people mental because
Yeah.
you can't really judge that.
Yeah.
But if it taught you anything, you got to have a quick comeback. If you ain't say nothing but your mammy,
Just like that with a straight. Yeah, man.
Listen,
Yeah, that's good. That one is
man.
good.
I have so many friends from all over the world, and they are always tuned in when I say Birmingham Facebook. They get so excited, but what I had to do is
Like it's a whole
explain to them.
culture.
Yeah, we have our own culture, and what I had to explain to them is we were trained assassins at cracking coming up. So this is what we do now. This is our language.
Ooh.
This, yeah.
I'm glad
This is
you
our
explained
culture.
Birmingham Facebook because I was wondering,
Yeah.
okay, what does Birmingham Facebook particularly mean? But thank you.
But
And-
yeah,
I get it now.
every
Yeah, you know
time
it's
I
way
see something
different.
popping off, I'm like, Birmingham Facebook activate. I'm about
Tap
to lose
in.
about 2 hours because
Yeah, sitting in the car with your shades on. Just I gotta sit here until this is over.
man, and when I got to work or go on a service,
Man.
I am pissed when I miss some of that stuff. Man,
Yeah, look at
And
these
it's like you get
comments.
a whole like anxiety pack trying to go and find it because
Yeah,
you see so
not doing
many
it.
posts.
Yeah,
And I be
yeah.
like, dog, I don't see what it. And then this is what kills me. They put a general thing out on their post. They don't necessarily say what actually happened and what
oh.
they're talking about.
Come
Well,
on.
see,
And
if I
now I
type
gotta
too
go and
many
look and
characters,
see.
then I can't have a little poo in the background. So that's why I can't tell y'all all of
Okay.
it. Like yesterday, I said shout out to Cole. I don't know that family. I don't know nothing about them. But
I
that
missed
was
that.
a whole
I did miss
breakup
that.
online. Like I felt bad for her. I don't know them. I don't know their situation or nothing. But that was some deep stuff to
See,
come
when
out
you
online.
did that,
what
I was trying to
it?
find the
What-
video or
right, what
something.
was it? Just
Huh?
in short, what was it? You said
What
it was a
was
breakup. but
Okay,
how-
so there
Ooh.
is a young man here in Birmingham called Two Guns VZ, I believe.
Vito. Okay.
And Vito. Yeah, they go by Vito.
Mhm.
And I don't know them, so shout out to them because they keep me entertained.
Okay.
But his girlfriend is Pretty Cole or
Mhm.
Katrina, I believe.
Okay.
And it came out on the live as he was talking that he had a 2-year-old baby she knew nothing about. They've been
Okay.
together for 10 years. And it was happening right then because she was in the background going off. So like listening to her, I could feel her pain. So
Mhm.
that's what prompted my status. And of course, you got the people popping up. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? So I'm putting them on to the side. Just go to this post. I can't
Okay.
put everything out.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that's what happened. So that's just Birmingham. That's us. We in everybody business, and they allow us to be in their business.
I mean, they go to social media. I've lost friends over that.
What?
You put some on social media and I don't see it when you do it. So like the night before, you put it on that at night, and then I wake up the next morning like, man, what's wrong with your friend? Like 10 times. And so then I go see it, and I'm like, well, dang, what's wrong with my friend? Yeah, this ain't what we do in my friend group. So hey, friend, saw your video.
But that makes
Sorry
us
for reaching out
okay. So
late.
that brings us back to what we were just talking about. That's just your friend, right? So when we talked
Yeah.
about the business being attached to the Lizzo, that's a perfect example. If somebody's attached to you, you have to step up and either come out and detach yourself from them. With her, it's a little late though, because she's the target now. You know what I'm saying? Lizzo is the target, and you also have to investigate, because a lot of time when you become a target in that nature, she was doing so many positive things, but it has to be maybe somebody that she didn't agree with or didn't want to bow to that decided they had more weight and pressure on the other side. Just okay, Arsenio Hall came back, right? And he was making a comeback. But the minute he wouldn't put certain people on the show that they say that you're going to push this agenda, then he just disappeared.
Yeah.
You see, he came and went. It's because he wouldn't push an agenda that they asked. And when you don't do certain things, that people have the ability to make you disappear or pressure you to get out of it, then they do it. So she has to be careful. Because to me, I'm like you. I don't know if she did everything they said because she was doing so much positive stuff, but she pissed somebody out to the point where they want her to either suffer a little pain, right? A little money, or just it's time for you to go because we got somebody else to put in that spot.
It's
that's
always
interesting.
someone looking to take you down, no matter where you are. New levels, new devils. You know, you always gonna run into somebody that doesn't wish they were in your spot, and they just wait on you to slip up. And if they catch the information before other people, they gonna be the main
Just
messenger
put it
to
out
get
how
it
they
out
want
there.
to. Let me ask a question.
The narrative.
Yeah, they're gonna spin a narrative. Let me spin it. Are we really concerned about Lizzo? Or do you
No.
want to talk about the boat some more? Let's go back to the boat.
Good spin. Good spin.
Okay, let's see. Let's pick up.
Mhm.
Still talking about the boat. Yeah, do y'all see the comments on that side?
Yeah, shout out to Stefan Wilson. Look like he's a dragon.
Oh, he's a dragon.
I think so. He got it on there, yeah.
I just want to know, when is Youngblood gonna start the swim school, because I need to learn to swim like him.
I'm
All
talking
right.
about fast.
He did his thing.
Man, that freestyle was off
And
the chain.
I don't know how they judge, swimming. He have a lot of splashing, going on.
He did his
He
thing.
with no struggle.
Well, it's not the actual technical style of swimming.
Like when you first go in there, it was like it was just
It wasn't. It
Oh
wasn't
yeah,
Olympic.
it was smooth. It was smooth jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was
Look at
definitely a
y'all.
smooth jump in.
Dean Priest. It's funny because the white folks can't defend this one.
Nope.
Oh.
It's on video.
Or twist the narrative. And here we go. Young man became Aquaman.
I would
More
pay to see
comments.
that.
Yeah, come on.
The black
come
man is
on.
Aquaman.
Come on.
Negroes
It says a
activate.
lot. Yeah, it says a lot. I spoke to so many different pieces of the culture. I do want to ask this. We haven't been on the air since everybody's been talking about it. So I want to take us out on this. We got 10 minutes before we get to back to school tomorrow. Have you all seen They Clone Tyrone? I think you better clone
I haven't just yet.
Tyrone.
I haven't seen it yet.
It's pretty good.
But I've gotten the
Okay.
commentary on it.
So what did you think, intern?
I thought it was very interesting. I do think that they should make more of them though. Like we need a part 2 to see how it changes over time, or like we need more information basically. They left us kind of hanging. Yeah.
Let me tell you, somebody said that with the writer's strike, we're going to see more productions like that. And I don't know what that meant. I should have asked. It was unfair. I may go back and ask. But he was like, we're going to see more productions like this. I was like, well, I actually think it was good. But remember, you got super mixed reviews. I know you all saw
So
like
you mean
super
like,
mixed reviews.
Subconscious right of what's going on that we are not
I gotta
aware
ask
of?
him. I don't know. Because I'm like, what you saying? Because was it not good to you, or
Was
it
that
good?
Key and Peele?
No.
It was somebody else?
Somebody
Okay.
else. What you got, Eddie?
I think that I don't know what he could mean, but my interpretation of what he may mean is when you see a lot of actors who kind of have reached the precipice of doing the work, like studio work, and then they go do they pet projects where they're just on Broadway and doing stuff they love. I think when you disconnect yourself from the money systems, you have the freedom to create things that are more true to what you desire to create versus
I like
just
that.
chasing the check. So I think that like, now I don't know how the writer strike gonna end up, but if they actually can disconnect themselves and create a lane of writing around their own desires versus a studio ordering certain stuff, I think we'll get more writings where they can write things that are more like creative and culturally based and things that like you might not see at a studio release. We don't know what the gatekeepers of the movies that
Because
come
it's
out.
too woke.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
too woke, too black. They say everything with black folks in it ain't universal appeal, you know, unless it got is enough money behind it. I think that's kind of like what that may allude to.
So
Okay,
this wasn't
I
the
dig it.
movie that took Jamie out.
No,
Okay.
no,
Take
he
him
was.
out.
He
I
wasn't
mean, you know,
working
he was
on this
almost
one.
at death's door. We had
Yeah.
to pray him back.
He wasn't working on this one. But it was ironic after I put it all together when he came back and said, "Yeah, they said I was a clone. I'm not." So I'm sitting up watching. I watched it one time. I started watching it, and that time I wasn't really in the mindset for it, so I fell asleep. Okay, I was asleep. So I didn't want to use that as the way that I would define my experience with this movie. So I went back and watched it again. On no substances at all, I felt inebriated. It did that much. I did that much mental gymnastics, just kind of like thinking into what I was seeing. So if you're a thinker and you enjoy culture and you understand pieces of culture, you are going to think past what is showing. You're going to think about where you are in your neighborhood, right? You're going to think about restaurants that you go to, churches, people, behaviors. You're going to think like that. I needed to go to sleep after that. I was almost kind of paranoid after that.
It's one thing to turn it, but it's another thing that you feel asleep.
I felt inebriated. Shut up, Swan. Let's see what the comments say about the movie. Oh, where do we start? When dude threw that, no, this song, they gone back to the boat. He said that was the
This boat is sticking. It's stuck.
the black signal. That's what he said when he threw that hat up. All right, here we go. No, but I heard it was something else. It is. It is. Great movie. Hey, Mr. Andrews, Levert Andrews. Yes, I love they clone Tyrone. And then Levert said it's too deep for some. And that was a good movie. That's what Erica said. So you have mixed views. Some people say, yeah, it's too deep. Like it's too woke. And I'm like, no, what's too woke? What's too deep?
Do you think this was part of inspiration to this boat situation? Because I did hear that the community came together in the end.
Oh, they did. Oh, they did.
So did this have something to do with the boat situation?
Look at
So
Of
you.
us
proud of my
coming
people.
together as oneness.
Connecting those dots. Could
I'm
have.
trying to.
Could have. Wow. A culture is now
So
inspired.
the movie did what it was supposed to do.
Mm.
To show us we need to come together.
Mm.
Look,
Let me give you some,
we all
let me
ain't
give you
free.
some
We
applause
all
for that.
ain't free.
You like freedom? I love freedom.
Yeah.
All
Go
right.
to sleep on the movie when I want to.
Wait a minute now. I didn't try to. I was tired. I had all the
Ooh.
intentions. I was like, Courtney, we gonna watch this. We had just got to New York. That was crazy too, because you flew, you sat there, but it was the first night. So on the first night, we can watch this and take on the streets of New York.
How long into the movie before you fell asleep?
Well, about 30 minutes.
So it's a
You
little
just
rough.
tired.
I'm a little
Sorry.
sleepy.
Jet lag. Let's call it jet
We'll
lag.
blame it on the jet lag.
We'll call it.
But the person that was there, she was like, I can't really get into it. So I'm like, that's why I fell asleep. So in my mind, that's why I fell asleep, because it took a minute to get into
Oh,
it.
not me. Now see, I'm like, yeah, I sit down too long. But I mean,
too
but-
So is
long.
the acting good though? Are the
It's
people
pretty
yeah,
good.
really
but,
acting,
but it's
acting?
slow. But
Or is it
when you
even
come,
Tubi?
but when it's slow, when a movie starts slow, you gotta kind of, because I've seen slow movies, but then it gets you. But yeah, slow starting movies for me, trying to give you that foundation, that
Yeah,
layout
come on, man.
of where we going.
Come on.
I'm a, first.
Other than Jamie Foxx, who would I recognize in there?
The
John
main guy.
Boyega.
Yeah.
John Boyega from Star Wars.
Okay.
But you wouldn't know it's him because he
He's a
he
British
bodied the role.
actor. He is a good
He bodied
actor.
the role.
Yo,
Even
Erykah
the promos
Badu.
for it were interviews of one of his characters in that movie being interviewed next to one of his other characters in that movie.
And he did that.
It was a good promo. I was like, I want to see the movie from that promo. But John Boyega is a good actor alongside Jamie Foxx. I mean, if they in the movie together the whole time, not like just a little short cameo thing, it should be a good run.
I didn't know who he was, but Erykah Badu spoke it into the audience. I don't know if she was in the city he's from or what, but she was like, I want to meet him. And like 10 minutes later, he walked up on the stage.
You know it's playing.
Like
Right.
she,
I'm weak.
You know they playing it.
But I mean, I see why she called him up on stage. I don't know him from his acting, but yeah.
Oh, you thought
Yeah.
see with my two eyes why she wants you up here.
understand. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
I understand.
And then for him to play this rough around the edge, grill whang, dope selling.
I gotta go to Google. I don't know.
And if it make you feel any better, like he had one of those interviews where he was talking about his dating life and like he just advocates for black women. Like, he's like, nah, because he got a little controversy from it because white people got mad because he was saying, no, black queens.
We don't care.
What's his name? John Bouillon.
Get out.
John
Bye,
Boyega.
Karen.
John
Hey,
Boyega,
John.
okay.
How you doing?
Yeah, he fine. He fine now. All right. So before we get out of here, what up, Blue?
We just gonna skip by K going with the
We've
hello
been
voice.
gone for 3 weeks and we
just got to catch up. We got 2 minutes.
We gonna just
got
skip,
2 minutes. 2
skip
minutes.
by K with the hello.
We're gonna work on that. We're gonna work on that. School resumes tomorrow for Birmingham City Schools, meaning that parents are able to kind of reserve some groceries, save a little gas, move around a little bit. Students are going to go back and be educated, liberated, and empowered. What do you all want to say about school? You got 30 seconds. Dwayne, I'm going to let you get it.
Time with your kids. Spend time and make sure that things are being done that need to be done. Stop just taking their word for it. Get involved.
Be ready day one.
Day one.
Walmart's still open. Go get all of the supplies.
I'm going to be real. If you hadn't done registration, do it tonight.
Yeah. It's online now.
You can do it.
Yeah. Stop waiting till the day of to do all of that. Be involved in the PTAs.
Yeah.
Talk to these teachers and to some point believe them. Because if you can say that your child is a little at home, they're doing it outside of your presence as well, even the more.
All right, one more coming before we get out of here. Pilot just said we are going to fly over Montgomery to avoid the storm. He must not know. That's coming from Blue, who's on his way back to the city. I'll be careful. Enjoy your week. Eddie, you got like 2 seconds or something?
Look, be vigilant about your kids' emotional state. If they need therapy, holler at Brother Let's Talk. If you're in Birmingham school system, they got a project set up.
Awesome.
Nice.
Y'all be blessed. We out of here. Be vital. Talk to you tomorrow at noon.
That hour was gonna go quick.
Store at V94.9. The best variety of music turns up right now on the all-new V94.9 WATV.
You know what I like, and I don't know if everybody realize they say this.